Hello, lore heads, and welcome to the League, exploring the League of Legends lore from A to Z. My name is Rebecca.
And I'm John.
My name is Mark.
And today we're going to take about 20 minutes to talk about The Mouth of the Abyss, Kog'Maw, who was released June 24th, 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there was so much to consume here, if you will.
Jesus. Yeah. You know, typical Void champs, I guess.
Yeah, he is part of kind of an exclusive club. There's very few like this, but not only does he have a short bio, he has no short stories, including short stories that other people have where he's just a part of. He's just not a part of. He's there. Maybe.
Know.
Is he? Who knows?
Like, at least Kha'Zix, you know, he was kind of in that one for sure. He's very cho'gath in that way. Even his old lore, he doesn't really have anything like going on. Like, there's no Journal of Justice stuff that's terribly interesting. I know he shows up a few times, but even that's like whatever.
But we're gonna talk about it anyway because it's
Right.
all we've got.
Yeah, so on the universe page, he has a bio.
And a hell of a bio at that, right?
Hell of a bio.
I didn't even I don't remember it. I read it. I think the bio was Kog'Maw's from the Void, and he likes to eat things.
That's
Was that kind of
accurate.
just
Pretty
it?
It was
Shit.
3.625 Heimers, so I mean, there was a lot to cover there.
I can't believe he still has more than Heimerdinger. I mean, I guess technically Heimerdinger has more.
A short story.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, maybe the Heimer system is starting to become like we need a more advanced measuring system, but yeah, the other thing that's weird about the bio is that like half of it's about Malzahar. Like the first paragraph is just all about Malzahar, and then it's like, oh, and by the way, Kog'Maw, I guess, kind of came out too.
Kog'Maw likes him real good.
You you sometimes see people not starring in their own short stories, but man, not starring in your own bio, that's a rough hit.
It's rough. I think because like cho'gath kind of had that, but at the very least, some of cho'gath's was like, oh, here's the idea of the Void, right? And he probably was the first Void champion ever. So I was like, okay, you got to explain that idea a little bit. But like, Malzahar is right. It's like another champion entirely that's taking up the marquee. So
I mean, I think what it was is Kog'Maw is drawn to Malzahar and wants to eat him, which is fine. There could be something fun to explore there.
I mean, does he want to eat him though, or is
I
he
don't know if
just
he wants
drawn
to eat him.
I don't know. He's like a
According to
dog
the
chasing his tail.
Who knows what'll happen when the two meet?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. If we look at if we look at the Journal of Justice, which we might as well, because fuck it, right? It's essentially the same thing going on. I got the sense of he's more like he's like the Lassie to Malzahar's Timmy, right? He's just like a
I
little
love
loyal.
that.
Yeah.
He's the puppy of the Void.
Yeah. I think that's what's frustrating about Kog'Maw is that, you know, whereas cho'gath is like, okay, you gotta do more work to figure him out. Like, Kog'Maw's got a really simple thrust that could be a lot of fun. Like, you know, for these weird monstrous things and this weird crazy Void cultist, giving him a cute little kind of lapdog puppy that follows him around wagging its weird tail is like, great. That's tons of fun. But they just don't do anything with it. He's just been left in the dusty cupboard or wherever.
They're just waiting for the big Void event.
big
and
Void
then
event.
They're all gonna have updated bios.
Yep.
Oh, we're ready for the big game. Big game's on the way.
Big game.
We did skip the most important part though and just jumped into the bio.
Oh,
Which
the
is
impressions.
yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't. Oh shit.
What? You didn't have one? Wow,
I've
this is
been
weird.
so good. John, shut up.
Here, I'll do it.
I had the
while
last
you
I
work
wrote
on
one
that.
down for you.
He doesn't have a lot, but here, I'll kick us off. He goes,
All right.
That's what I was gonna do because that was the
beautiful.
only thing I could think of for Kog'Maw.
All right, your turn.
Feeding time.
That's
what you wrote.
God, it sounded just like him.
He wrote feeding time, and I only know one champ that says that.
Want meat.
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
Oh.
He sounds kind of like a more guttural Gollum in a way.
Oh, he kind of does.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
Oh.
No,
but-
I mean,
Yeah, those, for the record, those were his 3 quotes that we went over just now. Those were all of them.
yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So the bio I did write. We didn't mention who wrote it because who the fuck knows? This is way before they credited authors, and
Grandfather
they certainly
Riot.
haven't rewritten it. One thing I liked, there was like one line in it that was written in a very kind of like Hitchhiker's way that I appreciated, and like none of the rest was, but this was talking about like him just swallowing an entire group of people whole one after the other. The most composed of his victims may have had time to wonder if this was due to the caustic enzymes which stung the grounds as they dripped from his gaping mouth, although such musings were abruptly concluded.
Doesn't
It
it
was
also
just essentially swallowing people, and so many people that it was far greater than the size of his little voidling belly.
Yeah, doesn't it say like contrary to like physics and spatial relations, he's still able to swallow? It's like a whole group of nomads or whatever.
Right.
Damn.
See, there's like a fun idea that you could play with Kog'Maw. That's the thing where it's like, I can think of what a Kog'Maw story could look like. He just needs a little love, you know. He just needs someone to adopt him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Malzahar.
Yeah. Or Zoe.
Oh, God.
Skipping ahead to the Arcanist AU.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, okay. It took me a minute to figure out where you're going with that.
But yeah, that's his bio. That's all there is, and there's no short stories at all.
Yeah.
But I can go through differences between his current bio. Really, buddy?
Sorry, your cat started clawing at the rug.
Current bio and old bio. There's a one-line difference, but it's pretty important.
Oh, what's that one?
When the wake of catastrophe reached the Institute of War, an enthusiastic Malzahar greeted him with an enticing prospect. Taste the best Runeterra could offer on the fields of justice.
Which champion do you think tastes the best?
Oh, fuck.
Lollipoppy.
I mean, if we're going for skins, then any of the,
The
baking
candy ones.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
candy
pretty good.
The non-AU champions, which tastes the best.
Do you think
Maybe
Ivern tastes like
Willump?
a salad or something? Willump?
Sure. I don't
can
know.
see
He's
that.
probably got a good haunch. He's probably good. I don't know. I feel like
Tastes
you
like
could
a burger.
cut a little
Fizz
Yeti,
maybe,
Yeti
kind
back.
of fishy.
Fizz. It's like having a sushi roll.
Maybe Yumi. I don't know.
A cat? She's just a cat.
Magic Cat.
You know, when I get into when I play by myself, I always put questions like that into chat to kind of break the ice and get people.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna start asking that. Which champion
That's
would be
like
the
a
best
which
to eat?
champion tastes the best. You're gonna get a lot of dirty jokes there.
Right?
Sure.
Mama Renata.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which, yeah. Do you think Zach is like sucking down an oyster? Or?
Ew. It's like a giant loogie.
That's what I think
Probably.
oysters are.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Would not eat. 0 out of 10.
A question
What
I
if he
ask a
tastes
lot
like a
is who do you
Slurpee? Okay, yeah,
he
sorry.
probably would. Oh, who do you think would be the best plumber? Zach gets a big answer for a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Just-
I mean,
yeah.
Echo certainly has the know-how, but it's like, he's also just off inventing things that you no longer need plumbing.
Echo's too good to be a plumber.
Yeah.
That's a job
Timer
for
gets
Mario.
picked sometimes. Mario. That league champion. Mario.
Which is not to say that plumbing is not a very respectable profession,
Yeah, it's true.
Sure.
but, Echo did kind of invent time travel, so...
So he can fix the clog before it even happens.
Now, Kog'Maw does show up in 4 issues of
Oh,
the
shit.
Journal of Justice.
He's
Yeah.
just in the background, I assume.
Well, he is one of the kind of main characters in issue 2, the article titled Unavoidable
Oh,
Musing by L.B.
Did you write
Brist.
this one? Did you write this
right?
one?
No, this one was in fact written by Alex Yee, executive
wow.
producer of Arcane.
This is where he started.
So if you want to see his humble beginnings, Unavoidable Musings from issue 2 of the Journal of Justice. So this is a story that basically talks about how the Void is probably just fake news since there's no proof that it exists, and the champions that claim to be from there are probably just weirdos from Valoran. LB interviews Kog'Maw and Cho'gath, but says their comments were tantamount to projectile vomit, both in eloquence and relevance, also literally. The only useful information he got was from Kassadin, who basically said that Cho'gath and Kog'Maw were not to be trusted.
Can't trust that projectile vomit.
Don't trust a thing they say. Now he shows up in issue 4, the Mailbag of Justice. Someone asks, what's so legendary about Acathia? Why do so many explorers go there risking their lives? And there were a few interesting things about this. One of the quotes from the answer says, the past 5 rune wars did much to destroy whatever civilization existed there before our current enlightened age. I had no clue there were 5 fucking rune wars.
I didn't either. I thought it was just one big rune
one?
war.
I guess we do call them the Rune Wars, though, which is...
There's at least 5 of them. I mean, there's a lot of runes. Maybe there's one war for each rune.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
But there's 6 runes, so beware. Another
right?
one's coming.
And then they also say, with League champions such as Cho'gath, Kog'Maw, and Malzahar claiming to originate from Acathia, we're forced to face our true lack of knowledge. I do know one thing. When 3 beings exist in the League from a place we know nothing about, we'd better start learning about it as quickly as possible. Makes sense. Not all hot takes about this do make sense, as we'll get into in one of the other articles.
Oh,
okay.
Go on.
Issue 21. This is the one where Malz and Kassadin were found fighting and gave us those great Malz and Kassadin mugshots. And they say, League sages were alerted to the situation when Kog'Maw fled the Institute, wailing. Kog'Maw supervised at all times for the protection of the World Rune and Rune Terrans. League High Counselor Haywin Relavash explained in an emergency press assembly. Our adjudicators were prepared to suppress him, but he displayed no aggressive behavior nor any visible objection to their presence. Since Kog'Maw's origins are a matter of great interest, the adjudicators were instructed to observe and only interfere if necessary. We're uncertain whether Kog'Maw was beckoned by Malzahar, or whether he was simply aware that Malzahar was in trouble, but he led the adjudicator straight to the scene of the incident.
Telling you,
Like
he's little
Lassie.
Void Lassie. Yep.
Yeah.
Malzahar is stuck in a portal. Come quick.
What? Old Demasia's on fire? And then finally, issue 28, the Mailbag of Justice. This is the one where Summoner's like, yo, Kassadin can't really be the only one fighting the Void, right? This seems like a big problem. And then the person responding just gaslights them into thinking there is no Void, or no Void threat, and that the Void doesn't exist.
Okay.
I think I remember talking about this one.
Yeah.
Right?
Another hot take. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went over that a bit for the Kassadin episode, but yeah. So those are all of his appearances in the Journal of Justice.
You need like a sting.
Right. Now, we mentioned there are no short stories at all, because Void Champ. He's in one cinematic, kind of.
It's his tongue.
Return to the Stars, the TFT mid-set launch trailer.
What a pick. I don't know it. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, he and it's technically not even his base skin. It's his battle battle mecha metal skin.
I love
Robot.
those skins.
Throw up robot.
Robo. He does have one quote, actually, that potentially, I guess, drives forward the Void threat or the Void event further than almost any other champion.
Oh.
Terror coming. Daddy coming.
What?
Yeah. He's got that quote.
Why?
So we don't know whether Daddy's spearheading the Void invasion or just a part of it. Maybe,
Or he's having a very exciting evening.
Oh, I mean, I guess that's true too.
It was a more innocent time. They didn't know what we were going to do to those words and how we were going to...
In particular, the word daddy, which we really ruined for everybody.
Yeah.
Yep. I think people thought this was cho'gath for a time. It's not. It's so unclear. It's so vague. Like, who knows, right? Or is it some other greater void thing that's going to come out? Who knows?
Maybe it's that
Called
one
Daddy.
that Rebellion Soul sensed when he was sealing shit.
I hope
They had it
call
all
Daddy.
planned from all the way back then.
2010. Fuck yeah.
Now, Kog'Maw's part of a lot of AUs. The first one, unless we have... I don't want to just jump to AUs. Do we have other canon Kog'Maw stuff that we want to go over before we hop in?
I guess the only thing is that it's a little... I get, like, why he does what he does for gameplay purposes, but it does kind of run contrary to everything. Like, he's someone who wants to eat everything, but he throws everything up. It's like...
Yes.
I get it. I don't know.
Yeah, all of his quotes are about eating. All of his abilities just have to do with his caustic stomach acid. 100% of them. Mm-hmm. He does not eat anything. Ever.
Yeah. And cho'gath does.
That's
so
like
who
Tom
knows?
Kench. That should be Tom Kench's lore.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah.
We have a lot
I
of,
don't know.
eating champions.
Yeah.
Well, cho'gath.
Cho'gath, Tom
Mom's.
Kench eats. Mm-hmm. I mean, Kog'Maw says he eats, but
He doesn't really. He's just
doesn't
fronting.
really.
He just wants to be like daddy.
Yeah, honestly, right.
Kog'Maw really wrote that bio. Maybe Kog'Maw's the opposite. He really wants to be cho'gath, but all he can do is throw up.
Oh, damn.
And he's so sad. He
deep.
just wants to eat, but he can't. Because he has a
deep.
stomach bug.
He is a stomach bug.
Yeah. That's it. I got nothing else.
All right. AUs it is. First one is Battlecast. That's that one I couldn't think of the name of. The glorious revolution is here. Assembling an army of machines with living brains, Victor marches against the combined forces of his enemies with only a scrappy human-led resistance keeping him from total world domination. This one's Battlecast Kog'Maw. Mass-produced artillery units based on the now extinct Kog'Maw organism, Victor has invented an ingenious shell delivery system best appreciated from about 100 miles away, the latest design's maximum range. Now, this is actually... This is a surprisingly recurring theme that pops up in a few of his AUs, of Kog'Maw being one of several Kog'Maws.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah, I was wondering what they were going to do because the AUs are usually like, it's the same, but in space. So is it just like he eats things, but in a forest?
Sometimes.
I guess that's kind of a thing too. Is that like because there they really honed in on the artillery thing when his ultimate, which is also like another weird kind of like aspect of like this idea of living artillery, right? Which could be cool, but it's also something that doesn't like show up at all in his lore or whatever, right? He's just very the game is just so disparate from like anything about how they describe him almost, It's weird.
Yeah. He needs some love.
Yeah.
And then he shows up in Cats vs. Dogs, set in a world where cats and dogs reign. Each of the champions represent an opposing faction battling against each other. And this one is Pugmaw. Pugmaw is a 9-month-old purebred pup with a sweet disposition and possibly some sort of salivary problem. Great with children and pets. Highly food motivated. Has eaten 3 action figures and 1 doll. Approach with extreme caution.
The best skin.
And also part of the Toy Box AU, because he's eaten all them toys.
Oh, no. I just
like this
can't
one.
get over.
Yeah.
Can't get over how he barks with the
It's
W.
very cute. Yeah. This one, they ran with the Lassie bit on this one.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
true.
why not, right?
This is what Malzahar sees when he looks at Kog'Maw.
Oh, that would be cute, right? Like, wouldn't it be cute to have Malzahar like, oh, he's petting Kog'Maw's you little scamp, and he's just like burbling out just acid and shit. Like,
Right.
It could be a lot of fun.
Then he feeds him an arm from one of his enemies.
You got it. He gives him a little milk bone, but it's like an actual like human bone. I love it.
I need that cinematic.
Mm.
Now he's part of Arcanist in a fantasy setting where each champion is either a wizard or a witch or a familiar. And this is Arcanist Kog'Maw, the diminutive familiar of famed sorcerer. Kog'Maw was mistreated and neglected for years as his master pursued the arcane arts. Thanks to a chance meeting with Zoe, he was released from servitude to travel the land with her, ultimately enrolling in the same school Zoe technically attends. And there's a cinematic to go along with this one.
Oh.
They're both in, called The Unlikely Companions. Basically, it's just got Zoe traveling, and then Kog'Maw appears to jump out of a tree and kind of try to attack her, but then they become traveling buddies to go fight the dark sorcerer Shaco.
Cute.
That's cute. They seem to like to kick him a lot in these AUs, though. Like, he's extinct in the Battlecast one. Here, he's been all mistreated. Like, I know kick the dog, but goddamn. Like, shit.
You think he's extinct here? Wait till we get to the Jurassic AU.
Hey.
I had to make the joke because we're not actually going to get to the Jurassic AU. He has no lore, but he does have a skin for it. Now we've got Storybook, which is set in the world of classic stories. And this one's Caterpillar Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw, ever lost in thought, sat upon his toadstool until he was famished. Wonderland is full of such delights, he mused, gulping down the toadstool entirely. It would be a shame not to devour them all.
I like how you made him British.
Well, because he's supposed to be the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
You gotta make him British.
I forgot this skin existed.
Likewise, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a caterpillar and a butterfly skin.
See,
The
that's
full
what I think
evolution.
of.
He's just missing a metapod skin.
Pardon.
I was thinking Monarch. Yeah.
Cogpod.
That's pretty good.
And a surprising entry here.
Okay.
High Noon.
No, what? Kog'Maw does not have a high noon
At the
skin.
height of the Industrial Revolution, travelers begin pouring into the untamed West, searching for fortune and prosperity among the unknown horrors of cruel and ancient worlds. It is a time of brave gunslingers and rotten scoundrels, inscrutable gods and savage demons. And this one is Sonoran Kog'Maw. Long considered a pest by frontier settlers, Kog'Maw critters have been growing in number as more dangerous beasts are pushed to the brink of extinction. And they are very, very hungry.
This is Red Kog'Maw, right? This is like one of the
Yes.
OG skins.
What?
This was clearly one of those retroactively added to the AU ones for sure, because this was just one of those old recolor skins.
Chroma.
my
Chroma
God.
Kog'Maw.
Yeah, Chroma's back when we charged full price for Chromas.
Well, that's so missing out. I want to see Kog'Maw in a cowboy hat. And when he barfs up, he says, yeehaw, instead.
That would be. I love it.
Yeehaw.
And the living artillery is kind of like Yosemite Sam. It's just like pew, 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 pew.
Oh, man. That would be great. I would actually love that shit. That'd be tons of fun. I do like the idea of there being a lot of Kog'Maws. Frankly, I wish they would pull that into mainline lore. And he's just like maybe a little unique or something like that. Or the first one. I don't know. But that would be fun.
Neat. Next, we've got Snowdown Showdown, set around the mythos and festivals of Runeterra's time of Snowdown and real-world winter holiday festivals, most notably Christmas. All the champion skins are inspired by the regional or festive cultures, and Snowdown Showdown encompasses 3 major sub-themes: the general Snowdown Showdown, Snow Day, and Winter Wonderland. This one is Reindeer Kog'Maw. It is rumored that Kog'Maw stole his glowing nose and deer antlers from a particularly adorable creature he devoured. Whether or not the theory is true, Kog'Maw's now the most famous reindeer of all.
This is a cute one. I feel like this was like the Kog'Maw skin for a while before he got like a bunch of good ones again.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of the best one for a little bit.
The best one.
I also just remember that his dance, he and Sona would sing Silent Night together, right? Was it
Yeah.
Silent Night?
I
Yeah.
think Jingle Bells?
Oh, Jingle
I think?
Bells. No, you're right. It was Jingle
Yeah.
Bells, yeah. I think it's just called Silent Night Sona or something.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
written down here, actually. It's actually Deck the Halls.
Oh, fuck, we suck.
Well,
It was a Christmas song. We had
you
it.
know.
Yeah, it's cool, yeah. She'll play on the étoile, and then he'll sing.
I wish they did more things like that with skins in the same line, where if you got them together, they
Yeah,
would
and this
do
was like
specific
early
things.
on that
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
did this shit, and we don't see a lot of it. I mean, we see a million quotes when near other champions, but
Not
we
like
don't
weird
see people
interactions
finishing
like-
their songs.
Yeah, honestly, I think I would love if Riot did more of these just in general. Make skin lines,
Yeah.
make it more fun when you've got like a bunch of people all playing the same skin, you know? Like have them link
Yeah.
up in some cool way.
It'd probably make people buy them more too. Sometimes if like their two friends have the same skin, they're like, well, I gotta get it from that skin line.
Especially given that we now have 3 in-game bands.
Yeah.
And like outside of that, you also have more musical champions having been, like, you've got Bard has been added since then. Seraphine has been added since then. You've got a lot of people whose music is kind of central to their theme. Get some more collaborative music skins up in here. They did it for TFT even.
Oh, really?
really?
They released a bunch of little legends that did like music things, like the one that I use in ARAM, where he starts wailing on the guitar. If you do a chonk, then they play on their stomach like doom doom ka doom ka, doom, ka. And if you do it at the same time, all 3 of them together, you've got a bassist, a drummer, and a guitarist who all play a song together.
That's dope. It doesn't
Yeah.
even have to be music. It could be you could just play with think like Zaya and Rakan having a duo recall, right? Like just there's a million things you could do where people are like of a same skin line and doing stuff together. But I would love like a pentakill battle of the bands versus like a true damage or just who the fuck knows, right? It'd be
KDA.
great.
Right?
Yeah, that'd
Great,
be
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. So next up we got Forgotten Depths, where each skin represents a legend of the deep, similar to the Tall Tales of the Deep Sea. And this one is Deep Sea Kog'Maw. Perhaps my old mind was deceived by the fury of the storm. Yet as we sank, I glimpsed a field of light beneath the waves. 1,000 eyes of wicked alabaster. They were dark things, tearing into the flesh of our crew as if all they knew was hunger.
Black like a doll's eye. Nothing left but the scream and then the bite.
Need the
Yeah.
some Jaws references for any of the kids out there.
But yeah, another one where there's lots of Kog'Maws. This is the anglerfish one.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of eggs here.
Oh yeah, he does. Dope.
I couldn't tell though if they were his eggs or eggs he was about to eat, and they were someone else. It could be both.
Could be both, yeah.
Fair.
Right.
Now we've got I said Hexex.
Hex.
That's not
Woohoo.
what it is.
Daddy coming indeed.
Gross.
And now at the forefront of science and art, Hex Tech has evolved from its rudimentary beginnings into a modern renaissance of intricate artificial life forms capable of free will. Skilled artificers lead the medium into a bold new future, but what it will bring, none can say. This one is Hextech Kog'Maw. A newer Hextech innovation, Kog'Maw constructs are available as pets for wealthy families, delighting Piltover's upper crust with their friendly demeanor and intricately complex design. Though living things, they are viewed among the well-to-do as little more than status symbols.
It's weird that even in this one, they kept up the idea of being a bunch of Kog'Maws. They really
Yeah.
like this idea. Maybe they're gonna do it when we get the proper Kog'Maw lore, which we're definitely gonna get, right?
This
Yeah,
year,
yeah. It's gonna come with the Void event. It's gonna be
the
like
Void event
Interesting.
that's this year.
massive cho'gath stories and
This is the time, everyone.
Believers, Void believers everywhere.
God, we sound like we're rooting for NA at Worlds. It's our year, man. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. That hopium and copium hitting hard.
Yep.
Now we've got bees.
Oh my.
Set in a world where champions are bees, dressed as bees, or beekeepers.
Now, which skin is this?
Beemaw. And the only lore here is Snowballing Lane won't bring back your precious honey.
Wow, really?
Wow.
I like this one because he's like actually a bee. Most of the other skins, like they're dressed as bees, but Kog'Maw's just a big ass bee.
Just a big ass old bee.
That bumble. Yeah.
And then finally, last up, Lunar Revel. The Lunar Revel is an event based on the Lunar New Year in the Asian lunar calendar, and this one is Lion Dance Kog'Maw. It is unclear if Kog'Maw even understands what Lunar Revel is, but someone seems to have painted him for it. That person has presumably been eaten and digested, but Kog'Maw does look very festive.
Man, he stood still long enough to get painted, though, huh?
Yeah, he knew what was up.
Well, he's very quick, apparently.
I remember this being one of the first skins released that, like, I wrote, like, that had different textures and everything for the abilities, because they're, like, fireworks and stuff.
It was very
and
cool.
I was like, oh, shit! You know, it's so funny now, because that, like, happens all the time, but that was a big deal then.
That was a pretty big deal. Yeah, I remember it was exciting times.
Yeah.
It's still my favorite Kog'Maw skin because of that. Just like all the fireworks popping off and stuff. It's really cemented in my brain. It's like, this is next level. This is a skin right here.
Now this is cog racing.
I hate it. All right, that's it for the AUs. That's it for John's jokes.
Haha, yeah, that's what you think. I've got so many fun facts.
Are there any jokes in them?
I'll think of something.
Okay.
Sure.
No pressure.
Figure it out.
Make me laugh.
Okay. Kog'Maw, more like Cock'Maw, am I right?
Ew, John.
It's funny because he said cock.
Thank you.
Daddy's coming.
Thank you. So Kog'Maw is voiced by Patrick Seitz, who also voices Renekton.
Oh, damn.
And
wow.
used to voice Lucian before Senna's release, at which point they re-recorded a bunch of Lucian stuff with an actual black voice actor.
Oh, okay.
Oh, interesting. Does any of the old VOs stick around? Is it like a mix?
I don't know.
I'm curious.
I wouldn't recognize because I don't really play Lucian.
I'd be curious to hear them lined up side by side, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've heard some of the Lucian's new voice lines. It sounds like Lucian, so I mean, it's pretty seamless, I feel like.
His dance is the Michigan J. Frog dance from One Froggy Evening. Or if you're unfamiliar with that reference, as it's probably more commonly known, the Hello My Baby, Hello My Honey dance that's referenced in the Spaceballs alien scene.
I don't remember that still, but I will say I'm looking
my baby, hello my honey, hello my welcome girl.
I haven't seen it like 15 years or so, but I read that as Michael J. Frog at first instead of Michigan J. Frog from back here. I just saw like the MI and then there was a J and there was an F, so I was like, Michael J. Frog, John, you idiot, what a typo. I just can't fucking read. Anyway,
I don't think anyone's going to get that Spaceballs reference. I'll be honest with you. Like I just always think of the cartoon. That's the thing, right?
I've never seen the cartoon.
But that came out before Spaceballs. If you don't get the Spaceballs reference, how'd you get the cartoon one?
I guess that's
Wait,
fair.
what?
Like I forgot that it's referenced in Spaceballs.
Oh, I thought you meant there was a Spaceballs cartoon. I was like, what? I've never seen
There
it.
is, and a Spaceballs the breakfast cereal. And Spaceballs the flamethrower.
And Spaceballs toilet paper. Let's just make more references
Spaceballs
from the
fun
80s or whatever.
Despite a Cathian surprise causing him to blow up, Kog'Maw does actually have a normal death animation, which can only be seen when he's being revived by Chrono Shift or Guardian Angel.
Neato.
A Cathian surprise is one of only 3 abilities that allow their casters to continue fighting after death, the others being Death Defied and Glory in Death. Or at least that's what the wiki would have you believe.
Ooh.
It hasn't been updated since Renata.
Yeah.
So now there's 4.
You're on the cutting edge here. You're
Yeah.
in the hot goss.
Get on it, wiki.
Right.
I know wiki's publicly editable, so I could get on it, but I didn't. Kog'Maw is the only Void-related champion without Void in his title.
Oh. They'll change that.
Yeah. What's his title again? I forgot already.
Mouth of the Abyss.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Mouth
You can
of
tell
the
he's
void.
real old. Yeah.
The void
And-
of the void.
Yeah. Because he would be Mouth of the Void these days, wouldn't he?
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Although, what is cho'gath? He's like the something of the void. What is he?
The something. The
mouth
void.
Hunger
void.
of the void. Appetite of the void.
The void
Big
daddy.
boy of the void.
Big boy of the void. I like
Yeah,
that.
I like that one.
Big boy void.
Kog'Maw was the first champion to have a joke animation and not just joke voiceover.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
interesting. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cho'gath is the terror of the void.
Fuck.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's scurry.
Scary.
I'll skip this next one because we talked about it already. He was given a retexture and new features as a monster called the Scary Spitty Monster in the Invasion game mode. And his animations were reused for the Arc Raptor and Skitterbreak monsters in the Odyssey Extraction game mode.
Huh.
Neat.
Interesting. I guess he's like a really good little monster model or whatever. Like he reads super like, ooh, little monster you want to squish, you know?
And last one, I guess. We talked about that other one too. There's a Helmet Bro sighting in his base splash.
About to get eaten.
Or having just been eaten.
Yeah, that's kind of how I read it because it's just like the
Oh,
helmet.
is it just
isn't
the
it?
helmet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I feel like half the Helmet Bro sightings are just a helmet.
helmets, yeah.
Yeah, we're just spotting helmets at this point. It's not even
Maybe
people.
it's just like you know how in Skyrim that like first helmet you see is just everywhere. Maybe it's like that.
I think you mean that Helmet Bro is also in Skyrim.
He had a lot of helmets.
Yeah, no, there's just one Helmet Bro. He just can't stay dead. And that's canon, because there's... How many did we say? There was a lot of animations. I was surprised about Helmet Bro.
Oh yeah,
Riot.
you talking about like the community one, like the little
Yeah.
yeah. It's just I mean
I don't know, something like 20. Maybe 20 is too high. At least 10 animations about Helmet Bro.
yeah. I think if they had the time and the resources, they would have one for every champion. There's as many helmet bros as there are champions that need to kill somebody.
Kind of excited to do like the Helmet Bro bonus episode now.
Yeah, that'd be
Which will
that'll be
surprisingly
fun.
have way more lore than Kog'Maw.
And every other fucking void champion except maybe Kaisa, but
Is she even a void champion? Like, let's come on.
right, that's like
right.
that's it.
I mean, she's never even been to the Void, so...
Well, no.
Poser.
The underground isn't the Void.
Oh.
There's just
Yeah.
Void creatures that came from the Void to the area where she lived. She's never been there. She doesn't know.
Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong.
Shit.
She does talk about the Void like she knows, though.
Like I said, she's just a poser. She's just hoping nobody gonna call her out on her bullshit. You know.
All right. Any
That's
final
it.
Kog'Maw thoughts on this really short episode?
I mean, we stretched it like Laffy Taffy, man.
I know. I mean, he's a champion who doesn't need a lot of lore, but could use more than this, like Kha'Zix, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Kha'Zix even I thought was like 85% of the way there. Right?
Yeah.
Kog'Maw's like has 5%. I don't know. It doesn't need a lot, but
Yeah.
I think he's
they've
like
got an
negative.
idea.
He's like -5 because they need to start over.
That's true.
They need to delete it first.
Because what little lore they do have also basically completely contradicts his in-game shit, so they are kind of negative at this point.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun to like just jettison him eating things, right? And just have it be that he's like a lovable, adorable little puppy who just happens when he wants to go lick your face, it also kind of melts off onto his tongue, right? And that would
Yeah.
be tons of fun. I would love to see like a little kid adopt Kog'Maw, right?
And then
just,
die? Jesus,
Well,
Mark.
Maybe at the end, maybe. Just like,
I'd love to see a little kid adopt Kog'Maw and then have their face melted off.
or like the neighborhood pets go missing, right? You know, just like, but little old Cog is like, oh, he's got
So you want
like
more
Mundo
dead children?
style. You know, it could be fun.
There's enough death to go around.
I do like the Mundo style idea.
Yeah,
Right, get Birch on this rewrite, y'all.
Ooh.
get him back in.
Who did we say that they put him on recently that was a bad choice for Birch?
Oh,
It was like an uninteresting
gosh.
It's really weird.
I'm trying to remember. It was a weird pick. I remember we didn't care for it. It wasn't Jace. It was after Jace. I don't remember.
No, it was much
I don't-
more recent than that.
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Well, get him back. I don't even know if he still
I was gonna say, I don't
writes
think he
for Riot.
Still writes for. Yeah.
But get him back. Have him redo Kog'Maw. We need him.
He's chopping wood.
Put up the birch signal.
Right? He's like chopping wood in the forest. It's like, we got one more job. We need you. I swore I'd never write League lore again.
But then he gets killed on his last job
Right.
writing League lore.
In Kog'Maw's lore. You know what? I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
I'm not. I don't think Kog'Maw's lore is worth Anthony Birch's life.
Well, not yet. It's not. Once he rewrites it, we'll see.
All right. I think we're done with
Who am I
Kog'Maw.
rewriting for? The Mouth of the Void? What? No, it's the Mouth of the Abyss. First thing I'm changing.
Right?
Okay,
But yeah, I think we're done.
we're good. That was Kog'Maw. Yay. We post these on YouTube, and John has some parody songs there, and we're on Twitter at Loreheads. You can also find us on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Loreheads. We usually stream Saturdays. We're going to try to stream during the day more when possible. EST. And then John does TFT streams on Monday, like 7 o'clock Eastern Standard
Yeah, I
Time.
usually do them around 7.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be attempting to chronicle my climb to what I hope is Diamond. this season.
Yeah. And we have a Patreon. Thank you so much to all of our patrons.
And
Yeah,
a very
thank you.
special thank you to our Medarda tier patrons, Jeremy Rich, King of Hearts, and Mylect. You are all awesome. Just the best. Just class acts. All around.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thanks, y'all. Really appreciate it. Genuinely.
You're all super neato.
Yeah.
And be sure to join us next week because we are done with the K's, everybody.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking
What a-
did
Made
it.
it through.
What a one to end on, right? Just a whimper.
Oh, I know, right?
The growl of a lonely Kog'Maw.
So we will be kicking off the L's with the Deceiver LeBlanc.